Do that. Spotify. Go ahead, get this set up. Let's do this right over here. Fishy, don't do that. No, you can sit right there. Hello. Dude, you got hair on your eyeball, and it's freaking me out. I got gel in my hands. I can't help you. You're just gonna have to blink. No, 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 no. Nope. Not on the TL. What's going on, buddy? I like the new picture. Ron Hill. I'm back. It's been too long, man. Like every time I take some sort of break for a couple days, even though it's not that long of a period of time, I just feel like I'm missing so much, and it's such a huge part of my life that it's like my life just stopped. So, Anna, what's up? How you doing? Phoenix, hey, how you doing, buddy? Fish, I'm not gonna have you staring at me like that the entire time. Hey, I love like squishing his face and then being like, no. So I'll let some more people stack up. Tonight's probably gonna be a short live stream. Not a whole lot to talk about, even though I missed a lot. But currently, right now, there's a couple little patterns I'm looking at. We'll have some fun. Talk back and forth for a little bit. Oh my god, this dog. Ooh, he's puppy eyeing me right now. I don't know what he wants. Curiosity, hey, how you doing? Jason, what's going on, buddy? So I got those nano leaf thingies, you know, like those like RGB things that you see on like Crown Crypto stream and like every single streamer's thing. I wasn't expecting them to be like that good, but like I have them set up on the ceiling. I just have them set to white, and it's literally just it's like a just a gigantic light bulb. Yeah, my neck's doing much better. Someone recommended online. They sent me a Discord message and they said to get like 2 pound dumbbells and hold them and like kind of do twists and just kind of work out those muscles. It's not enough to stress them, but it's enough to kind of utilize them and allow them to kind of work themselves out. So it was my trapezoids because what happened was I was trying to hold a monitor stand with the monitor on it onto my desk and then reach under my desk on the opposite side and then screw it in so it clamps. And that amount of like trying to hold it up using that muscle plus overextending it just absolutely killed me. So it kind of woke me up and it was saying, hey man, you've really let yourself go. You guys ever seen that Batman parody where Batman walks into the room and he goes, I really let myself go. I can't do a Batman voice. I've got a pretty good idea of what's going on. Obviously, I'm not predicting anything crazy. I'm still just waiting for that 8-to-1 God fan on the macros to break. Besides that, I'm just taking it day by day, pattern by pattern. I really don't care where it's heading. I just care about making money day to day. Yes, I only trade cryptos. I buy and hold other assets. Like Tesla, we just made a killing off of. AMD, I've been holding for years. Uh, what's some other ones? I can't name it. I have some gold mining contracts. A bunch of other stuff. Not mining contracts, but gold mining stocks. No, I'm not necessarily bearish per se. Um, I'll get into it in just a second. We're sitting at 31 viewers. I don't expect a whole lot of people tonight because we're getting back into the live streams. People don't know if I'm getting on or not. But LG, where's my candy? I can't. I cannot have any temptation right now. So today, I finally cut out all the bullshit. I'm not making any more excuses. I'm not saying, oh, well, we're going out to dinner tonight, so I can skip it. I'm doing my intermittent fasting. I'm not turning back. I have a weight I'm gonna get to, and there's nothing that's gonna stop me this time. Because you make these contracts with yourself on whether or not you're going to do something, and every time you fail one of those contracts, you trust yourself less and less. And I want to be able to trust myself. If I say I'm going to do something, I know I'm going to do it. That's just the type of person I want to be. And lately, when it comes to my health, I say I'm going to do one thing and I keep going back on it. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of not being able to get up in the morning and open my eyes right away. I know, obviously, it's not that easy. But when I was intermittent fasting about a year and a half ago, I got down to 160. Down from 185 in about a couple months, and it was not like it didn't happen all at one time. It was a healthy, gradual thing, but the effect it had on my mood, the way I talked, the way I slept, everything was just heightened. And lately, that's just all gone downhill. So I got to get that back on track. It will definitely keep me mentally clear for sessions and trading and live streams. I just want to be I don't want to say I want to be happy because I am happy. I just want to be alert at all points of time. I mean, I've been on computers all my life. I'm just adapted to it. Uh, it's not my dopamine. My dopamine's high. I'm happy once I wake up. But when it comes to like moving, that's what sucks. So I gotta fix that. But diving deep into the price action, I know we're not gonna get a whole ton of viewers tonight, but I'm looking at two different patterns. So first off, we had an ascending wedge that just broke out to the downside right here. So we have this diagonal support here, and this diagonal resistance and diagonal support here, and we actually just broke out of that. So the target coming off of that would be about 9,200, I believe. But I don't necessarily think it's going to actually get down there this time. I do think we're going to get a very nice bounce around the 0.5 for a couple different reasons. So first off, we have a descending wedge right here. So we have a diagonal resistance and a diagonal support here. 1,000 different lines, I know. I should probably stream on my 1440p to give you guys a better, more clear picture. Actually, we're just going to switch over to this. Fish, I'll take you out in just a second. Give me a moment. Okay, so that's the target going down to about this support down here, about the 0.382, around 9,000 to 9,200. But we are building a descending wedge right here. Alongside that with the descending wedge, so I am still in a swing short. Want to clarify that. But I'm going to be taking profits sooner than I thought. So once we get down towards the 2-to-1 Ganfan, I am going to be taking my profits anywhere between 9,476 and 9,362. Okay, so that's kind of my region for where I'm going to try to get out of this. It could break out much sooner, but we have a positive slope building on the money flow. We have a bullishly diverging RSI for quite a while. We also have a bullishly diverging stochastic and a bullishly diverging market cipher B. So, bullish pattern, bullish RSI, bullish money flow, bullish stochastic, bullish market cipher B. There's no way I can short this. It's just the best trade available at the moment. So where do I see this going once it breaks out? So if we go ahead and get a simple target off of this from the top pivot to the bottom support to where we should roughly break out, you can see that our target would be about 10,346. I'm probably going to be taking profit somewhere around 10,084, just because we have a macro resistance there, and we also have a macro, well, not a macro, but a medium 8-to-1 Ganfan. Gosh, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's kind of my thought process on that. You can see that we're getting lower lows on Bitcoin, higher lows on the RSI, higher low pivot point on the money flow, as well as market cipher B and stochastic. So everything's looking good. That's my plan going forward. Obviously, if this does break to the downside, because just because it's a bullish pattern does not necessarily mean that it will absolutely 100% going to break up to the upside. But if it does break out to the downside, I mean, our target would be this. So that would probably bring us down to the lower 8-to-1 GON fans, somewhere around 8,500. And that would start to form this full pattern going forward, which could go all the way out to, let's see, I'll go to my 3-hour, 4-hour. Go all the way out to about April, sometime around the halvening. And that would actually be a good thing. The closer that we can get to this macro 2-to-1 GON fan that we bounced off back here, the more explosive bounce we can get. And we need all the explosiveness to break the 8-to-1 GON fan that we can get. So that's my thought process going forward. I'm hoping to see it happen. If so, a lot of good trades will come out of this. We have this pivot here. Maybe one more right here, maybe one more right here, and then probably a final one for a breakout. So it's going to definitely be a great time if this pattern can actually form the way I'm looking at it. You're stuck in a long at 9.8? Why? Why? So that's what I'm telling you guys. Like, you have to be able to identify these patterns. So we had an ascending wedge. Okay, and then we broke out of it right here. So you should have been out of all of your longs right here and into a short. That's the only way to go about it. You think the CME gap will fill tomorrow? Maybe. Isn't the CME gap 10,400, if I'm not mistaken? I heard somebody say it earlier. 10,200? Yeah, that's, like I said, that would actually fit into my, technical analysis quite well, because the target coming off of it right here, if we broke out sometime around tomorrow or maybe the next day, I mean, your target is 10,507, but will we get all the way there? I don't know. Maybe we could actually get to 10.2, touch the 8-to-1 GON fan, maybe go past it just a little bit and then get rejected. That would fill the gap. We can either, one, continue on upwards or get rejected, come back down. So that would fit in perfectly. So that is definitely an option. Put the vape down. Yeah, I gotta quit the vape. I'm probably never gonna quit. Well, I'm not gonna say that because I've done it before. But I'll probably just start lowering my nicotine levels and then finally go to 0, because it's not necessarily the nicotine that I'm after with the vape. It's the habitual, it's not the nicotine. It's literally just being able to taste it. It helps with the intermittent fasting a lot. Up, down, sideways, and lift off. Yeah, I don't think so. I wouldn't expect anything major to happen until probably around May or April. But we're just going to continuously get pinched. One of the things that I was severely looking at and telling people to watch out for, down here, I need to clear up this chart a little bit. I'm sorry, guys. But down here, we had this cradle formation with our GON fans and horizontal resistance. So right here, you can see we have a horizontal resistance and then a cradle formation with 2 supports. We could get something very, very similar right here because we have the cradle and we have the horizontal resistance. So we could form another bullish pattern out of that, and then sometime around May or April, break out to the upside and get past the 8-to-1 GON fan. Once we're past the 8-to-1 GON fan, I'm putting in a major long because that is going to be monumental. Just from the 8-to-1 GON fan to the 1 fib retracement right here is about 30%. So that'll be a very good trade. It would look something like this on a risk to reward. So we would probably get our long somewhere around here. Stop loss right below, $50 to $100 right here. That's about a 10. If you want to be a little bit more risky and put your stop loss a little bit, let's say we can get a little bit better entry too. So yeah, about a 12 to a 13. That would be an absolutely fantastic trade to start off this entire bull run. Try a pacifier. We caught the short. Even though I was pretty much incapacitated, I was at my sister's house and I was just helping over some stuff and I was not looking at charts at all. I still got my little alert on TradingView that we broke the ascending wedge, took it off, broke it, put a short down to the downside, and I'm still in it. I think I'm up about 30% or something like that. So once we get down to that $9,365 level, I will be exiting it and potentially going long. I'm not going to go immediately long in that region. I'm going to wait for the resistance to be broken before I take a long, because I really don't trust it. Just like back here, we had a descending wedge, broke out to the downside. So I just want to be careful on this one. I don't want to jump the gun. I just want to make sure that I get the long in when we break the resistance, set my stop loss below, let it ride up to the $10,200 level, take profits. That was a little bit too aggressive of music, I'll be honest. But if this cradle formation really does work out, I'll be actually happy because cradle formations yield a lot of profit. Just like down here, I mean, it was absolutely monumental, that singular pattern. So if we can get a repeat before the breakout into a macro bull run, that would be very beneficial for everybody. If you're able to take advantage of it and not just say, oh, we want to go straight to the moon. No, stack your bags, then go to the moon. You'll make more. But if you jump the gun and you keep trying to long when we're just stuck in a regular formation, you're going to just get lost in the sauce and lose all your money. Mandy, what's up, man? All right, not man, but what's up, Mandy? Okay, so I'm not long yet. I'm waiting to get into a long around the 0.5 region. But that's just my plan going forward. I'll try out some of the different lighting effects on this. There's one called Northern Lights. It gives a seizure warning. Is it going to change? Oh, that is pretty cool. Hey, don't get on the desk. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling a lot better. And it did more for my mental health healing than it did for my neck, because my neck's still kind of tense. But it helped me realize that I got to start fixing some stuff, or else this is just going to keep getting worse and worse and worse. Yeah, fish is okay. I'm okay. We're back at it. We're back at trading. Everything is going to be fantastic. Oh, you can start to see the lights start moving on me. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go back to the white. Try to make it match. But we're going to go ahead and just set it to white and then save it. I'm going to go put fish out on the leash real quick. I'll be right back, guys.
Infiltrators could never find it. Over your code of silence, lay low on a secret island on a love mission. Too bad it always ends up with violence. They can torture and terrorize me, but they'll never find it. This is 2020, I just instantly rewind it and erase the history and throw the burner in the Hudson Lake. Battery separated in case it floats and escapes. I'm always in mental heaven, let them close the prison gates. This is dead prez, talking martial law back in 98. I'll be respected as one of the great philosophers of the Northwest Pacific Plate. If you don't like escape, bring your whole battalion, I'll wipe them out in one take. Cut the head off of your emperor, kiss the hand of the empress, make sweet love and then make a clean escape. I'll always be a gentleman, give the punani praise. That's just how I was raised. No taking no video photo, no trying to call my personal or hashtagging Joro. I just vanish back into the rafters like I'm Zorro on my vigilante night job. Fuck the popo, running on rooftops, driver all the neighbors loco. Megaphone in hand, screaming free yourself, YOLO. Center myself, meditate and train at the dojo. Put the word on the street to see how many people show. So flaky nowadays, y'all communication just so-so. Even when they commit, there's still a chance that it's a no-go. Head down, scrolling on the screen of they moto. Missing everything in the present moment, you dodo. Look, she fishing for it, can see the twist in her torso. This could be the last chance you ever get a morsel. Don't let it slip through your fingertips. Keep it sophisticated and elegant. You can't treat them all like the horse, bro. Always got something to say, it's just on the tip of my tongue. I might beat the fucking shit, but I ain't above no one. Keep my mouth shut, tuck all your secrets under my thumb. One day karma's gonna come and make its way back around the sun. Always got something to say, it's just on the tip of my tongue. I might beat the fucking shit, but I ain't above no one. Keep my mouth shut, tuck all your secrets under my thumb. One day karma's gonna come and make its way back around the sun. Instead of pushing through all this emotion, rather just numb my mind. Wash away my sins with that holy water, white wine. Get them drunk enough and they gon' start undressing quite fine. I got enough confessions to last me a fucking lifetime. Committed myself to living a worldwide life kind. Hit the stage light sign late in the nighttime. Groupies sitting waiting, they aching to get the pipe.
Okay, hello.
Sneaking up in their pipeline, but you ain't as fine as my lady, baby. Go wait in line. And I've been this way since wooden spoon days in '89. Museo me at that though from the get go.
Caesar, how you doing, buddy? What's up, man? So I messed up my beard, guys. I messed it up. So I took a 2. Now I was going down instead of up. I was like, okay, it's pretty even. I was just trying to get rid of like all the little hairs that were longer than the other, so it didn't look like a homeless man's beard. But then at one point I went up with it, and then it completely just wrecked everything. I was like, oh no, I don't want to shave it off. So I just went 2. But I'll just grow it back. Going Records, what's going on, man? Three-hour EMA, 200 caught the 9182. Yeah, when everybody like talks about where the EMAs are, I have no clue. But most of the time, the Gone fans and Fibber Tracemans line up with the EMAs and SMAs and MAs and PMAs. Like, just too many things. They work out pretty similar. Yes, I still am in a short. I am short until we break the resistance on this descending wedge. That's my plan going forward. So I'm going to be short. I'm just moving my stop loss down with it. So as we go down, moving my stop loss down. My stop loss originally was up here, but as we started to build this resistance, I have more confidence in leaving it just a little bit. You're streaming my stream? That's awesome, man. Thank you very much. Can we have a look at Renko? Sure. Renko doesn't work with Gone fans that well. One of the people in my group is very into Renko. Well, part of the interlocking group between me and Seth. And he's very into Renko. From what I've heard, if you see a candle like this, long the shit out of it. If you see a candle like that, short the shit out of it. That's pretty much the basis of what he's done. But they seem pretty cool. I don't have much information on them. I've just been trading Haikanishi and regular candles for quite a while now. That's what I'm comfortable with. So I think I'm gonna start transitioning to a little bit shorter live streams. I know most of my live streams get cut short because originally I wanted the live streams to be like a 2-hour thingy, but I want to make sure that the live streams are accessible to people that have busy work schedules as well. So maybe not this live stream, but maybe this one will be about 45 minutes long. But I want to start making them like 25 to 30 minutes. That's just that way people can actually get through the entire live stream. And that way, if there's any good information, it's not overlooked. Because if the live stream's 2.5 hours long, most people won't sit through that. So how do I didn't know that you could adjust. So you said what? How do I? How do I make it $50 to $100 bricks? Do I just change the time frame? Change it to traditional. And then block size 50. Is that what you're saying? That seems much more accurate, though. Thank you for telling me that. Now I can kind of see how these could be useful. Dude, what do you want? Get up there. Dog. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm probably not going to be using it just because I don't really have any need for it. But it's nice to know. Thank you very much. Yeah, that's what the other guy was saying. He was saying look for the wick. And that can kind of give you a baseline direction of where it's going to go. But for me, doesn't really matter. I think Renko is really good for swing trading, just back and forth, which is what I do. But I don't necessarily need Renko to do it. Fish, did you lose it? Did you lose it? On the desk or the chair. Never settles. What's going on, buddy? uh that's sad. Never settles. I'm sorry. Mr. Win, I'm sorry I did not say hello. Weekly thoughts? Yeah, we talked about that for a little bit in the beginning of the live stream. So this is obviously my pattern going forward. We've kind of identified a top. We've had our bottom pivot here. This is the pattern. Fish, get out from under the desk. Get out from under the desk. Not allowed under there. That hurt my neck, actually. Okay. So that's my plan going forward. Just swing this back and forth. You know, scalp traded as patterns for him. But I'm looking at this cradle formation. Just like we had back here, we had this horizontal resistance and then 2 diagonal supports. I do think something similar could form and bring us over towards May, May, June, July, around that region over here before a major bounce off the 2-to-1 Ganfan, just like we had back here. And that could kind of spark the movement upwards past the 8-to-1 Ganfan. and a move to the upside. Obviously, that's not weekly thoughts, but I don't really, look at it in a weekly basis. I look at it on very macro and what is my current pattern. And my current pattern is a descending wedge coming from the ascending wedge. So we're kind of fighting a lot of downwards force, but also building upwards force at the same time. So it's an any man's game at this point. If we do break to the downside, I would expect somewhere around this macro right here, or even lower, maybe the 8-1 Gone fan. But if we do hit it to the upside, I would be expecting around 10,080 to 10,200. I'm gonna put this up here. I switch the sides on this. And the indicators are just looking pretty good. 2 hour hasn't quite set the money flow in motion yet, which is something to kind of be scared about if you are taking along at this very moment. I'm not particularly taking along at this moment, so I'm not kind of scared. But 1 hour is definitely shaping up the way it should for this type of pattern. We're getting a prolonged, bullishly diverging stochastic. We're getting bullishly diverging momentum on the market cipher B indicator. And we're also getting positive slopes on the money flow. And also, we could actually break through the 50 right here. If we break through the 50, this actually has a chance to break out sometime earlier than down here. I thought about that. See, the thing is like, I don't want to use you guys as promotions. And obviously, if I ever do that, it would be with your guys' permission. Kind of like how CBC Patrons does it, or Crypto Bitcoin Chris, or Crypto Revolutions. He'll take one of his students or someone that's signed up for his group, and he'll go, "Hey, look how well he's doing, blah blah blah," and that's a way for him to get new people into the group. I just don't want. I still have to fight people thinking I'm in it for the money, but it's one of those things. Why does my SoundCloud, my Spotify keep going to these aggressive rappers? All right, fish. All right, listen. I'm going to be done in 15 minutes. Just chill for like 15 minutes. I swear to God, man, it's like as soon as these lights and this green screen come up, he just changes everything he's doing. He just starts biting at my feet, getting under the desk, starts knocking stuff over. I'm like, dude, nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. Let's see, who do I want to play? I can't wait for Ryan Corveo to put out another album. When did Butterfly Board come out? Butterfly Board came out 2019. I'm actually gonna search up to see if he's actually working on something else. I mean, he probably is. I'm not, but you know.
Just think of it like a friend. Sometimes we can't do things by ourselves. Do you know what I mean? I do. I'm thinking it would feel nice to run. Do you like running? Let's just see how it feels. Shall we?
I was not expecting Ryan Correa's net worth to be that much. It's because he's kind of like an underground artist, but I'm actually happy for him. Fish thinks you're crazy talking to a shiny wall. Probably, yeah. That's pretty much what it is. If I was not live streaming, I talk to myself. I'm like, all right, this is the trade, blah, blah, blah. Like, I walk myself through it as if I'm doing it for somebody else. It just helps me kind of like argue with myself, so to speak. Not to make me shake my decisions, because that's a big part of trading, is not convincing yourself out of decisions that are good. And that's a hard thing when you don't know what's a good decision. And it's something that you got to work at. But if you can kind of separate yourself into an analytical thinker, an emotional thinker, and just kind of separate those and then have conversations back and forth, like split personalities, but not crazy, it can definitely help you um, become a better trader. There's my advertisement. Thanks, Seth. Krypton, what's going on, buddy? This up a little bit. My RSI resistances and supports, I always give it just a little bit of breathing room. I don't like having it too crazy. We do it crazy tight. Because one of the things with the RSI that you'll notice is that on like the 50 and stuff, it can go past the 50 slightly, but it's still considered a rejection off the 50. Even right here, this would be a rejection off the 50 for me. Right here was as well. And this was a troubling trade that we got ourselves into a couple weeks ago. So I was looking at this and I was waiting for it to come down to about 7,900 to 7,854, and we made a lot of profit on it because we got stopped out like right here. But actually, no, we got stopped out up here, but it was well in profit, already taken profit. This is a clear example of conservation of energy. When you have a bearish divergence like this that ends in bullish convergence, the momentum that was supposed to go to the downside now gets transferred to the upside. That's why we had this explosive movement, breakout, found support on resistance, and then continuing on upwards. Those are the type of things that you need to watch out for and consistently change if things go sideways. Don't ever get caught up in one way of thinking. It's a dangerous game. Like I was saying, you don't want to convince yourself that you're in a wrong position if you are in a good one. But if the one that was good now turns into a bad one, you need to be able to change on the fly. That's a huge part of trading. Elephant. Like I said, at the 45-minute mark, I think we'll be heading out because I'm going to try to keep these shorter, more concise, more clear. Here's the price action. Here's my thoughts. Answer a couple questions. Say hi to you guys. Let you guys know what's up. Because if I'm doing a live stream every single day, I don't necessarily think they need to be 2 hours long. Maybe if I was doing the same schedule where I was doing, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, then I would do 2-hour streams because I need to make up for those other couple days that I don't do anything. But that way, more people will have access to it, to my thoughts, to the price action. Where is your top macro Gon fan drawn from now? Well, my macro has not moved for months. That is still drawn from the 13,822 high, or a little bit above 13,910. FA, what's going on? How you doing? I'm short, but don't feel great about it. So I'm short as well, but I do feel good about it. What's your current position and why? So my current position is short because we just broke out of an ascending wedge, and we do have a bottom target that's pretty significant. So this is the ascending wedge. Target coming off of it would be the bottom pivot to the top resistance. And this was our breakout point. So our target would be around 8,810. But that being said, we do have this very strong, well, we got 1, 2, 3 taps off of it so far. So we have a strong support here, micro term, and we have a strong resistance here, micro term. So we have an ascending wedge bringing us down to the 0.5. And as you guys might know, the 0.5 is a very strong support if you're above it. So what I'm seeing here is a bullishly diverging 1 hour. So you can see we're getting a bullishly diverging 1 hour RSI. We're getting a positive slope on money flow. We're getting a prolonged bullishly diverging stochastic, as well as MCB waves are also being prolonged and bullishly diverging. So I'm going to go ahead and say that if we do break this resistance right here, we would start trying to get to the target of about 10,100 to 10,200. You doing, fishy? Baby Toadash, hey, how you doing? I am still going to be holding short until this resistance is broken. Because just because it's a bullish pattern and just because we've got bullish indicators does not mean it's going to break out to the upside. So I'm just going to continue holding it because we still don't have that downside pressure from the previous breakout of a much bigger pattern. So this smaller one could actually fail on breaking out to the upside, just kind of like how this one right here did.
Everything will be okay.
Now, this obviously had a lot more bearish pressure because of this pump, but
It's not your fault.
we'll see how it goes. If anything, I'm trying to get an exit somewhere down here and then take my long from there. If it does happen to break out right here, I'm just going to go ahead and flip into a long. I probably wouldn't swing it long. There's not much to be had in a swing long off of this, to be honest, if it is from that point right there. But a scalp, it'll make a good 60 to 100%. No, I'm not adding to my short at all. What about the 6-hour green dot, though? Yeah, like I was saying, like we got a bullish pattern. It could break out to the upside. I just don't know if it's actually going to be... too many people are getting too excited too fast. I don't think we're going to go past the 8-to-1 Ganfan for a couple months. I could bite my words in a couple of days, and maybe we are past it. If so, I'm going with the flow. But I don't think it's going to be broken anytime soon. So even though we have a 6-hour green dot, I don't think that's going to mean major upside at all. Mr. Potato, you're getting better. Not saying I'm the best. I just, when you start seeing confluence with other people that you trust, that means you're getting better. Oh, yes, Thomas. I was in the middle of answering a question. I saw your donation. Thank you very much, man. I do appreciate that. It says, you are amazing. You're going to make me blush. Dude, it looks like I'm blushing. I can see myself in the camera. Dude, what? Okay. You're making me blush. Bullish divergence on nicotine. But my thought process on this is I'm just going to keep shorting until this resistance is broken. That's what I did over here. Over here, I literally just, right here, I took a short off of a bullish, bearish divergence. We had this little thingy form. I literally just put my stop loss above it as we moved down. And that worked out tremendously well. I think that was like a 13 risk to reward trade. I'm not sure. All right, so it's 44-minute mark. I appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much for showing up. I know I've been gone for quite a while. I am sorry for that. It was not in my control. And I really hate it when things that, like, if it was just me saying, hey, guys, I'm going to take a vacation. You know, I've been on the grind for a couple weeks. You know, I'm just going to take some time off. That's different. When it's something that's out of my control where I had plans ahead of time, like I had sessions I had to cancel because I could not. Like I couldn't move my neck to look at computer screens. That pisses me off. It really does. Cause this is my life. I teach, I trade, I play video games. My entire life revolves around this computer. But I know that's kind of sad to think about, but, that it just feels like I'm not getting shit done. And I hate that. So I'm glad to be back. I'm glad that I can start doing sessions again. I'm glad that I can start doing live streams again. And like I said, from here on out, the live streams are going to be 30 minutes to 45 minutes. That way they're shorter, more condensed. People can put on the 2x, time speed thing and just zip through it, get all the information as fast as they possibly can. I just want to make it more accessible to people. So I appreciate it. Wheelchair Kite will prevent. Mr. Win, thank you. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. Mr. Potato, have a great night, buddy. Thank you very much, Don Johnson. I really do appreciate that. Krypton, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Mandy, have a good night. And I got a 2080 Ti. I ordered it in the mail the other day. And then when I went to go put it in my computer, I couldn't. Because I still have a 1080 Ti in there, but everything is water cooled. So I'm too lazy. So I'm just going to build a new computer and put the 2080 Ti in it. So I'm going to give the other one to my cousin Cole because he wants to start streaming video games. So you don't really think we are bullish. We are bullish, but we need to go sideways for a little bit. We need to build up the momentum to actually break the 8-to-1 Gonfan, or else it's not going to be a short-lived bull market. And maybe in the next live stream I'll cover some of the grand macro things, why I don't expect a 10,000% bull market until like 6 years from now. But 2080 Ti too heavy. Yeah, I can share my chart before I go. It's a little bit messy, but it's my chart. I love it. So I do have new Gonfans according to the ascending wedge that we just broke out of. Besides that, nothing's really changed. Oh, you want it on the 2 hour? Yeah, I can just change it to the 2 hour and save it. 5700 Ti? Is that from AMD? It's an Asus Strix 2080 Ti. I used to have the 480. For what I used it for, it was good. I miss that. I miss starting with a complete ass computer, that can't even run Minecraft, and then every single upgrade just seems like this major jump. But then once you start getting to like 2080 Ti's, like from the 1080 Ti to the 2080 Ti, it's like maybe 20% improvement, which ain't bad, but it's not like crazy good. But it's fun. I like computers. It's my favorite thing. Fishy. I am finishing up the stream. No cry. All right, guys. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. It's been fun. Andy, yeah, I'm going, but you can rewind the stream. I appreciate you showing up, though. Austin, what components in your PC are important for charting? I would say the most important thing for charting would be processor and a good computer screen. So I would say 1440p at the minimum if you're serious about trading. I'm using a 1080p because this is my gaming monitor, but I have an ultra wide, I have a 1440p, I have a portrait mode monitor. But 1440p, you can pick one up for 150 to 200 bucks. If you want a 144 hertz for that extra touch of smooth, you can get that as well. But you don't really need anything else, especially for trading view. You just need space on your screen, that's all. Alrighty, guys. I'm going to go ahead and switch it over to the stream ending screen. Probably going to update these times because I don't want people to think I'm going to go too long on these streams anymore. 16 gigabytes of RAM, you only need 8 gigabytes if you're not doing anything intensive. 16 gigabytes if you're streaming, gaming, have Chrome tabs open, and then 32 gigabytes if you're a video editor or a photo editor. But you don't really need all that much memory if you're not doing anything intensive. But all right, guys, I know I said goodbye like 8 times, but I mean it this time. I will see you guys tomorrow, I promise. I'm all back to normal. So what song should we play? I'll go back to the regular stuff that we usually play. All right, guys. I love you. See you tomorrow night. Bye-bye, guys.
been down and I've been out, but hey, that's alright, alright, hey, hey. I don't know if tomorrow's gonna come, but hey, that's alright, alright, hey, hey, hey. But just to make sure that it does, I'ma stay up all night, hey, hey, hey. Cause in this moment nothing's wrong, everything is alright, alright, hey, hey, hey. I've been dealing with such stress, obsessed with success. Never get to enjoy the moment, I'm always planning for what's next. Having trouble breathing slow, trying to be some CEO. Everything is so robotic, I feel like I'm C3PO. Eyes glued to my CPU, order life through UPS. We never laugh, we LOL and we never talk, we only text. They say the best things are free in life. Thinking about it, I think they're right, but it's hard to focus under this hypnosis of flashing ads and blinking lights. So hard to keep a sober mind, waking up feeling so behind, placing blame on other people for taking up my only time. I just need to breathe, fresh air, I need the breeze. 3 days straight I've been awake, let me drift away, I need the Z's. I've been down and I've been out, but hey, that's alright, alright, hey, hey. I don't know if tomorrow's gonna come, but hey, that's alright, alright, hey, hey, hey. But just to make sure that it does, I'ma stay up all night, hey, hey, hey. Cause in this moment nothing's wrong, everything is alright, alright, hey, hey, hey. On second thought, I'ma stay awake. I don't think that I'ma go to bed, not because I got work to do, I'd just rather feel the wind blow instead. Rather watch these cars pass underneath these starlights. Rather think about what's good than reflect on all of these hard times. Yeah, I know I'm naive, but if I'm happy here, then why leave? No need to answer that, I think it's pretty IV. Love is what I do it for, like Roman numeral IV. Spread around everywhere I go, let it grow like ivy. Otherwise I'll be old and gray, hook up to some IVs. Talking about how I should have lived instead of switching up with society. Shit gets tiring, but I gotta be the change. Little things keep passing by, gotta stop and see them things, yeah, yeah. I've been down and I've been out, but hey, that's alright, alright, hey, hey. I don't know if tomorrow's gonna come, but hey, that's alright, alright, hey, hey, hey. But just to make sure that it does, I'ma stay up all night, hey, hey, hey. Cause in this moment nothing's wrong.